Another type of jamming or takedown defense is a hip thrust. And it's a jam as well, but in a little different scenario. So when he comes in deep on me, there's several distances we're working with. First one is keep him away. Second one is I'm stopping him here. If he gets in really deep on me and gets to my back leg, I can actually jam him and stop him with my hip. Not allow him to take the hip and control it, but actually hit him with it and hopefully divert his energy coming from my hips. So we'll do it slow. When he comes in here, I'm going to throw my leg back and throw my hip down. So I'm taking my hip and actually hitting him with almost like it's a punch. And I want that impact to thrust and jam him, stop that forward motion. So come for leg in. So I'm going to bam, throw my leg back and throw that hip down and smack him with the hip as hard as I can. I want that impact to be like a good punch and hit him on the shoulder as hard as possible. Let's turn this way with your back this way a little bit and do the same thing. I'm going to try and jam it good where they can see it. Bam! And throw my hip out there as far as I can. Smack him with it. Just take that energy and move it out of the way. Then I can begin my secondary moves and manipulate his body. Let me show you this from the side, this hip thrust. Once I get the energy coming in here and it's come close to my hips, I want to actually take my hip, throw my leg back a little bit, and just thrust it in there, throw all my energy in and smack him with my hip bone. If you do it right, you'll really crack somebody with that bone, and they'll feel it right away. But again, when the energy comes in, I'm going to throw it, bam, out, and throw my hip in and down as much as possible. And that'll stomp them. Here's a tip for you. If you keep your hand there, when you do your shot, and when you stop the shot, you'll have control of the head. You can push yourself out of the way, create more distance, and be immediately away from that takedown. Or if you want to wrestle, you can just swim inside and go back to wrestling. Either way, with the hand, without the hand, if you get the leg back and the hip down, and you get that timing right and get that jam, it is a very, very effective way for stopping a takedown. Following up the jamming techniques are great techniques called redirection. Jamming is just pretty much for stopping the technique right where it's at. You can also take the energy of that technique and move it to another location so it's not directly affecting you. And it's really easy to do. Again, it just takes a little bit of timing, a little bit of practice, and a little bit of know-how. So we get in a situation where he's reaching into my body, trying to get a clinch or trying to get a nice body lock. If I stay here and just fight him with the underhooks, it's okay. But if I immediately move out of the way, I'm going to take all of his energy and spin it off somewhere else. So he won't be able to focus on the balance and the hold necessary to get that good grip. He now has to focus on where his feet are going. So a couple of easy instances are, we'll do it again. Reach in for my body. I'm going to get under for the underhook. Then immediately I'm going to take a big step here to my left and move out of the way. Moving out of the way will enable his energy to keep coming this way. And I can kind of swing him out of the way. Redirect him if you will. So go ahead and reach into my body. Just a little move. Move him out of the way. If they're reaching for your hands or for your head or anything like this, I can just pinch my arms in and I can move him out of the way and move myself out of the way. Now we're talking about takedowns in that he's bringing aggressive takedown towards me, trying to get me down. So I know that there's energy coming towards me. It's my responsibility to recognize it, know what's going to happen, and then divert it somewhere else. We'll give you a couple easy examples. This one with the swim inside. As soon as I swim inside, I immediately want to step out of the way. Even just a little step, and step out of the way. Every time he brings the forward energy, I can take a little step to the side, pull my butt out, move out of the way. As long as I'm maintaining this strong stance and structure, I'm going to be able to redirect him really no matter what he does. The other kind of redirection that I can do is when he tries to take me down with a wrestling takedown or a shot, I can actually move that shot out of the way and move myself out of the way. We worked on foot movement, on getting your feet and body out of the way of the initial takedown. Second thing we can do is we can take that head and then shoulders and we can redirect him as we move our feet out of the way. Again, it's building on techniques we've already done, but they're just simple additions that's going to take his energy, move it out of the way. Here's our example. I've already learned how to get my feet out of the way. Now I want to get my feet out of the way and move him out of the way while he's trying to come for my hips. So why don't you do like a double leg takedown on me, and I'll move out of the way and show him the technique. So my most important thing about the redirection is that not only am I moving myself out of the way, but I'm pushing his energy off to the side as well. And let's do it in slow-mo for them as well so they can see. So when he comes in, I recognize it. I immediately get my body out of the way, and in secondary, I'm going to push him and get him as far that way as I can. Now, a lot of times he may even get a hold of your foot or be in a position like this. But as long as you got his head and the rest of him out of the way, you can slip your leg out and do other things to get away. Again, we're avoiding the takedown. We don't really want to be taken down, so we're trying to quick, short, efficient methods to get out of that.